Hi guys, welcome to this video. If you're new here, hi, my name is KFX. Best female trader in Kenya, award winning. I like including that because there's a time when I was praying to be an award winner. Anyway, we are here for a strategy that we used last week to trade. And if you watch the Sunday's live analysis, you probably know what we're talking about, but as usual, let's get into the chart. But before that, please consider to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, subscribe. Okay, let's get into the chart. On another episode of Living Life as a KFX, over here we love making money through forex trading, of course, and enjoying life in general. Remember to subscribe. Welcome to the family. On Sunday, we are in the charts. Grab your pen and paper. So this strategy made me good amount of money this week. So let's get into the charts. Okay. So if you watch the Sunday analysis, please, you probably, as I've said, you probably know what you're talking about as you look at the chart. This is where the market was on Sunday. If you did not watch it, please go back and watch the video. So I'm just gonna be briefer because we're just talking about breakout and trend lines. If you wanna join KFX in a circle, you can join. The Telegram link is on the bio. You will text me from there. So let's start the video. So on Sunday, the market was here. Okay. So the market was somewhere here on Sunday, and initially it was on an upward trend. Okay. But when we looked at that market on daily time frame, we saw this bearish trend line that the market has not broken yet. I'm just repeating what we said on Sunday, but this is what I traded this week, and that gave me good money. And I also traded with you guys on TikTok. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, please do, because you might be missing a lot, because you cannot keep updating YouTube people every day. So when you look at this market on a daily time frame, daily, let's switch to daily, you can see this downward trend that the market has been following. So on Sunday we said that if the market breaks out of this, because it was playing around the trend line, we said if it breaks through, we're gonna maybe wait for a retest of the trend line, and then we take a buy. All right, but I said that if it doesn't break through, what do? We watch for sales. And as for sure, it didn't break through. As you can see, the trend line is still intact. So we had this small demand zone over here, support over here. You see here. So on Sunday, I said if the market doesn't break, okay, if the market does not break, like if the buyers will not break the bearish trend line, we're gonna take what? I'll sell, but not immediately. If only maybe this, you see this point, because the entry was here, the entry was somewhere there. So if only sellers break this particular zone, let me zoom it for you, this zone. All right, so yeah, and it happened. So the larger bearish trend line was not broken, so we started watching for sales, not taking sales, but watching for sales. So we waited for the market to come to this support level, and then we entered this trade on Monday. So we didn't wait for a retest. When it broke here, then it resisted kidogo, as you guys can see. Then now we took the sales, and as I said, KFX in a circle, we are swinging our setups. Okay, so now we took the trade, the sell, and we hold this trade Monday, Tuesday. Monday was somewhere here. Tuesday TP2 was hit here. TP1 Monday was somewhere here. TP2 here. TP3 all the way to 40, 42. I will not forget. And that trade gave me good money, especially the TP3 Kenyan shillings. I made in one entry almost 2 million. It was like 1.8, yeah. So I think that's self-explanatory. Okay, our, you see, our upward trend, that we were watching, because we expected the market to keep going like that. It was broken here. Okay, you see this our upward trend. It was broken here. So now we were confidently watching for sales, and that's why we took the sale, just breakout and trend line. Okay. Now on Tuesday, honestly, I didn't want to trade the rest of this week because I felt like I made good money. You're holding this trade for 3 days, and it's gold for that maha. The good thing is the trade did not hit our stop loss. This was it Wednesday or Tuesday? I I was like, oh my god, I hope the trade will not hit our stop loss. But hata kama hit our stop loss, we had already like 2 TPs hit, so that we were like 900k there. Cause me, I use a lot of one on gold. I said when the market gives you money, please don't think twice. Just enter the market, because it's not every day that we have setups like this on gold, especially this Trump era. Okay, so this was on Thursday. So me, I was like, I'm resting, I'm not trading. And then Thursday morning, we have this. The market was trying to form another inside downward trend in 1 hour. I actually saw this trade in 1 hour. Okay, so I saw this trader in 1 hour. Although you know me, I'm as a forex trader, is just addicted to the market. So I'm talking about this trend line. So the market was I saw something in the market, which is, you see this downward trend. We're just talking about trend line and breakout, because those are the strategies that gave me these 2 entries and okay. So I'm talking about this trend line here. So on Thursday when I was chilling, I was like, okay, let me see what's going on in the market. Then I saw this trend being broken somewhere here. I was like, okay, because as you can see, this is 1 hour time frame. So there's a reason why the market broke this trend line. So I was like, okay, let's watch for buys, because when you narrow down maybe to 15, it was broken. It was, this is where I saw the trade. This is where I saw the market trying to break the trend line. Okay, so when I connected it like with this 15, I saw the breakout somewhere here. Then I was like, okay, the 1 hour time frame, but it has not yet been broken, so maybe let's keep waiting. But then there's this zone that I think I used it like my TP. No, I did not use it my TP3. So I started, the moment this trend was broken, I was like, okay, something is going on in the market. So I waited for for market to completely break the trend line. It broken the trend line, and of course, I used this particular zone. Minute when this market started respecting this small. This is a very small. You see this point. This was like my point of interest. This one. But then I had to wait for it to confirm the break. Very nice, right? Now for the TP, remember the market is bearish generally, so I didn't want to interact with this trend line. So now I took my TP here. So this was on Thursday. I updated you guys on TikTok before we took the trade. Then we took the trade. TP1 was hit. Then 8 hours later, because I think this trade, it took me like 10 hours. 8 hours later, TP2 was hit. So I used this point as my TP2, and I didn't want to go above, or I didn't want to be greedy, because I knew generally we have this. Now let me narrow down maybe to 4 hours. To you guys can see what I'm talking about. Maybe right now you can feel like I'm complicating you, but you can maybe go on TikTok and I'm explaining step by step. So you see this trend line, I didn't want to play with it because I knew. So I looked for the nearest point to pull my TP, and it was 2130. And for sure, when the market hit our TP, as you guys can see, it started reversing, and now we are here. So on it, this week I only took 2 very good trades, captured very good pips. These were more than 1200 pips. This one was more than 700 pips. yeah, 3 days, no, 4 days of trading, 2 setups, 2 trades, and that was amazing. So if you follow me on TikTok, I said I'm more into swing trading nowadays because I feel like it's way rewarding compared to day trading. So every time I'm coming up with good entries, and yeah, sometimes the market is not this easy, but as for me, it's that easy because I'm used. This is the strategy that I've been using since 2025. I hope my mic is on. So that's a strategy that I've been using since 2025. And one thing I told you guys, the market keeps repeating it patterns. So if you want to complicate yourself, you can complicate yourself. But as for me, this week I used trendline and breakout, and that is like the main strategies that I do use. But sometimes it depends with what's happening in the market. It sort of depends with like fundamental analysis. It also depends with what else, price action. Sometimes I do combine, but this one was very simple and clear. If you follow me on TikTok, I gave all these signals like from even before I entered, and I also gave this one on YouTube on Sunday. So yeah, so now you will have to come back for the live analysis because this video was specifically meant for this strategy. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. That is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Ooh, if you haven't followed me on TikTok, please do. If you want to talk to me or join the mentorship class or the KFX Inner Circle Signals group, the swing trading group, text me on Telegram. Follow me on TikTok if you haven't, so that you guys stop missing updates. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Adios.